Father, is the Neocatechumenate, or the Way, as it is also called, a legitimate charism? This group has been around since 1964 and apparently endorsed by many popes. It seems to be growing in the U.S. with many new seminaries and priests resulting from it. But is it truly Catholic?
I would say no. Today, no. I mean, it might have started with very good intentions in Spain. It seems to me, though, 64, well, that's when the Cursillo movement was coming out of Spain, too. And the Cursillo had a very good look to it. It was meant to rev up Catholics and kind of ramp up their faith, right? And make their faith live and get them more enthusiastic and excited about their faith. Unfortunately, the Cursillo movement became very much involved in emotions. It kind of went off the rails, you know? And you get the emotions involved, and that can impair good thinking, you know, right thinking. People can get carried away with all kinds of ideas. You know, to some extent, even the charismatic and the Pentecostalist movement, I think, grows out of these things that unleash the imagination and the emotions, and then they attribute that to the Spirit, you know, as though this is the work of the Holy Ghost in them to get them all excited about something. But it could be, well, it could be a spirit, but not the Holy Ghost, you know. There's definitely a connection there. I think it's happened with the Neocatechumenal Way, too. That came up during Vatican II, and no doubt was somewhat inspired by Vatican II. And in the aftermath of Vatican II became tied to the worldly thinking of Vatican II. It became corrupted with that. And now I think the Neocatechumenal Way is very much, the Neocatechumenate, is very much tied up with ecumenism, Pentecostalism, and so on. Francis is all very much in favor of that. He wants to promote that beyond anything we've seen. He wants to promote that because he's very, very into the charismatic way of, well, let's face it, that's modernism. Modernism leads to that. Modernism says faith is an experience, and when you're charismatic, you're experiencing the Spirit moving within you. So there you are. You're having your faith experiences, and you're on a roll spiritually, they say. And it actually destroys the very meaning of faith in the Catholic sense of the word. And it turns it into merely an emotional experience. And I'm afraid that the Neocatechumenate is very much just soaked in that spirit right now. That's why Francis is so much in favor of it. That, well, people emotionally can be manipulated. You can manipulate them to support socialism and communism and Marxism, all thinking that it's somehow compatible with Christianity. Francis certainly thinks so. It's not. It's not. There's a reason why Pope Pius X, St. Pius X, condemned the errors of the modernists, and popes after him condemned Marxism, socialism, communism. All of those things are condemned. But you reduce Christianity to emotional experiences, and that's where it goes. That's exactly where it goes, into these things. It's nothing to do with being rational. What makes us in the image of God is the fact that we can think, we can know truth, we have intelligence, and we have will to love what is good. But you turn faith into merely a matter of emotion, and a matter of imagination, and a matter of what a person is interiorly experiencing of himself. And there's no end to what errors or perversions one can embrace that way.